Alrighty, so welcome to the info session for class 21. Today we're going to talk about our full stack web development career track. I'm Damien. I'm the co-founder and general manager at Social Hacks Academy.
And I'm Slim. I'm the education manager at Social Hackers Academy. And Hanan, well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Hanan will not join us today. Unfortunately, she has some health issues, so we sent her our love all the way to Jordan. And yeah, I guess it's me and you, Slim.
Yeah.
So, class 21, at least the pre-course of class 21 starts on December 19th. It's a full stack web development career track, which lasts for 6+1 months. Learning primarily happens between 5 and 9 p.m. Eastern European time. And we offer scholarships. Actually, we needed to update this. Sorry, everyone. We are providing, for this cohort, we are providing scholarships to refugees, asylum seekers, and students who reside in Greece, but live outside of the major cities. So outside of Athens, Thessaloniki, and Patra. Outside of these cities, we are providing 10 scholarships by Helidoni Foundation.
Thank you, Damian. So some of the important dates of this career track. So the first important date is the day you apply. And you can go ahead and join the Discord server and start the pre-course by yourself. And then today is the second date, which is the info session. Then 19th of December is the starting date, official starting date for the pre-course with your future classmates and the support of the team on Discord. And you can go ahead, as I already said, and start with the pre-course because the seats are on the first come, first served basis. So as the faster you finish the pre-course, the closer you are to secure your ticket to this career, to this journey. Then the last date to finish the pre-course is the 9th of January. And for those who are going to pay for the course, the last date to finalize the payment is the 15th of January. And the career track, once you are accepted and enrolled to the course, will kick off on the 16th of January. So our approach to employment is holistic. 88% of our students have found a job already within 1 to 3 months after graduating. The full stack career track is a 6 month plus 1 month for the final project. So first month for studying, theoretical part, the practice, because it's a hands-on career track. And alongside with the technical course, you have the employability track, where you will have workshops and sessions with our employability team about, for example, time management, effective communication, best practices. At some point of the career track, they will help you to create good CVs, to make nice LinkedIn accounts, your GitHub accounts, and so on. You will have, they will review your digital footprint, and after graduation, you will have mock interviews. They will help you to search and hunt for a job. They will provide you with some technical roadmaps and a technical career advice. So during this course, what you will learn, technical stuff. So let's get to it. You will learn about HTML and CSS. So some concepts are tables, forms, medias, box model, positioning, flexbox, and grid. Some CSS frameworks like Bootstrap, animations, and Sass. You will also learn JavaScript, so you will start from the basics and the fundamentals, then go through, sorry, DOM manipulations, events, asynchronous, JavaScript, API, React.js, and for the backend part, you will learn Node.js and Express.js, which is JavaScript framework for Node. And you will learn about database, which like MongoDB and its framework, which is Mongoose. So right now, all this looks like gibberish for most of you, I would say. Don't worry about that. Once you will start the course and go through a couple of weeks in it, you will start getting familiar with these concepts.
The same goes with me, so don't worry about it. I don't understand, I just know what things are. So the total hours of learning, we have 112 hours of live classes, which are recorded and can be watched on demand. We have over 70 hours of pair programming. That's the minimum. We propose much more than that, as pair programming is an essential skill that you'll develop here in SHA, then 84 hours of employability skills, and 560 hours of guided learning. SHA is not easy, by no means, but very rewarding for sure.
Definitely. And these are the minimum requirements, let's say.
Yeah, yes, absolute minimum.
So this is a schedule of, let's say, a week of studying at SHA as regular hackers. So we have regular hackers and weekend hacker. We will get to weekend hackers in the next slide. So,
but we are all hackers here, so
yeah.
So yes, you are always a hacker once you are in SHA.
Yeah. So the sessions are always on Monday and Thursday. During some weeks, you will have more sessions because it depends on the week's content. So this is how your schedule might look like, but then it's up to you. The only fixed things are the live sessions, the workshops with the employability on Wednesday, for example, and the webinars. So let's say you have on Monday, when you kick off your first week in the course after being accepted, you will have access to the full stack course, and you can start going through it before the live session starts at 7 p.m. Athens time. It's Athens time. It's always at 7 p.m. Athens time. So you can start reading, doing your homework, or maybe working on the assignments with your pair. Then you have the live session. Then after the live session, you can like go work on the code challenges or continue studying on your own pace. Tuesday, since you don't have a live session, so you will be working on your own and with your pair. And of course, on your class server on Discord, you will get all the support from your instructor, our education team, through the ticket tool. So we have a ticketing system on Discord where you can ask your questions and you will get all the necessary support.
You never study alone. There is always someone there to support you. Our technical team works 7 days a week, so there is always someone there to support you, answer any question you might have.
Yes, and every Friday you will be submitting a survey. Like, we are always counting on your feedback to perpetually enhance our product. So yeah, we count on you on that.
Yes, it's very important for us to receive your feedback. It's very important for us to understand your learning process and where you are in that regard. And I would like to say to Alfred, who raised his hand, please, Alfred, if you have a question, please put it in the Q&A and we'll get to it after the presentation. So bear with us. Maybe we'll say the answer anyway in the presentation, but you can also ask it in the Q&A and we'll get back after the presentation. Allow me to remind you that we'll stay here for as long as needed. And sometimes it takes too long, but we really love it. We really love it. We really love participating in this info session with you guys.
Yeah. So then, as I told you, you can be a weekend hacker, but these apply only for people who are working and cannot study during the week. So you can follow only on weekends. And since you have the recorded sessions, so you can watch them on demand. And you need to work like full time on Saturday and Sunday. And as Damian said, our educational team is available 7 days per week. So even if you are a weekend hacker, you will get the support and the help from our team.
Allow me to jump in here, Slim. Sorry to take over. I would like to mention a bit about the weekend hackers. Yes, it's possible to participate just in the weekends, but we very strongly urge you to participate in as many things like regular hackers. Studying like all this workload, doing it just in 2 days, we believe is not enough for your needs. It's ideal, for example, Wednesdays. We have the events. It would be better for you to be there, to be present, or maybe in a live session, or maybe in with your pair to work. Like it would be ideal if you have an hour or two every other day to invest in yourself and in this course.
Yeah, thank you, Damian, for mentioning this. It's very important to try always to spare a couple of hours every second day to go through the course, to do your assignments, code challenges, and so on. Because from a weekend to a weekend, you will forget stuff and it will be more challenging. So can I make my own schedule for the course? And yeah, but you need to study regularly, study also on weekends, and you can study when you want with your own schedule, as long as it's consistent and you put as much hours as possible. It's like you go ahead, Dan. It's like you will get as much as you put.
Yes. What you put in is what you will get out. You learn this also in databases. It's first in, first out. What you put in, it's what you'll take out. And when we say study regularly, we mean like pretty much daily, if possible, or with some breaks, because we have burnouts or whatnot, but it is a very intense program. So you need to bear that in mind in your decision to join our next cohort or not. And we would like to address some common myths like who is a good programmer? A good programmer, we've heard from the television, primarily from non-programmers, we hear these things, that you have to be a great mathematician. It doesn't hurt to know good math. Definitely doesn't hurt, especially algorithmic thinking. Not so much math itself, but the algorithmic thinking behind math. So it doesn't hurt, but you don't have to be a great mathematician. You eventually have to become better at math on your road to seniority. So in 2-3 years time, it would be after working for 2-3 years, it would be good for your career development to go into algorithms, which is pretty much algorithmic thinking. So yeah, then programmers must have bad communication skills. It's the exact opposite, actually. Maybe in the 1995, early 2000s, in the movies, programmers was portrayed like that. Like they live in the dungeons and they just write code with their long hair and whatnot. It's not like this anymore. We work in teams. Collaboration is absolutely necessary, and solid communication skills are necessary to participate in a tech company. And this is part of the skills you're going to develop in our course. Then a programmer should be able to fix a printer. It doesn't hurt to be able to fix a printer for yourself, but yeah, it's definitely not mandatory. And then a good programmer is not creative. Again, I would say, on the contrary, programming is an art. You can always learn the basics of the language. You can learn the basics of JavaScript in a day or two, but then to take that knowledge and transfer it to a program, that's art. At least that's how I think of it. And then a programmer is a nerd and a lovely person. You don't have to be a nerd. You don't have to be a lovely person. It's up to you to be who you want to be. But definitely, it's not a prerequisite.
Okay, so what makes SHA special are the live classes that we are providing, 2 at minimum per week, the code challenges with the live solutions, the code review. So every assignment you submit, when you submit it on time, you will get a review and a feedback to enhance your skills. The pair programming, the help desk, as we said, 7 days per week, mentors, soft skills and employability workshops, and 2 events per month. So one of them is technical, to introduce you to some concept technologies and updates. And the other one is more HR and soft skills related.
We work very hard to bring 2 guests every month. Trust me, it sounds like little. If you want to go back, sleep, just to follow up on what you mentioned, it's very hard to bring 2 guests every month on our side, and we do it to provide value to you. So for us, this is something that does makes us special. And the code reviews, it's really giving you feedback in every assignment. That's very, very important coming from our technical team. And all the others, of course.
And I would like also to talk about the soft skills and the employability workshops. We spoke with a lot of hiring managers, partners, and so on. And the thing that they all say is that they hire people for their technical skills and they fire people for their soft skills. So this is really important, because you can get the technical skills like from internet if you are an autonomous learner and so on. But the soft skills are really important, and that's why we have the soft skills career track that goes alongside the technical one.
And it's not just the time that we tell you, okay, this is an employability workshop, this is a soft skills course. It's not just the time. During pair programming, during the assignments, we have embedded the development of soft skills inside our process. It's not just hard skills. It's not just soft skills. They are intermingled.
The combination,
Yeah, it's a combination. And definitely, technical skills can be found. There are people from computer science, undergraduate programs, that they cannot get a job because they don't have the soft skills that are essential. They are mandatory because of how companies work. It's mandatory. It's not a good to have anymore. It used to be a good to have. Now it's a must have. Yep. So where do I start? This is a very complicated slide. It's full of information, and I would like to just speak about some things like the community-based learning, for example. That's very important because there are some people who really are able to, as Slim mentioned, to study autonomously. but it will take them much longer, and they will never learn how to collaborate. Our graduates go to tech companies and they already have the skills of communication. They are ready to join. We took what tech companies are doing and we have replicated here in an education platform. Pair programming is very, very important. It prepares you for when you join the tech industry to be able to communicate with a senior developer. You might not know this, but every junior that gets into a tech company, they have a senior assigned to them. So that's very important. Very, very important to have the skills to communicate with someone in technical terms. You might, in your daily lives, you might be great communicators. That's great. That's a great advantage already. But you must adapt that skill or adopt that skill in the technical sense. Yeah, our pricing is very, very cheap. We can talk about that later. And we essentially have looked at all other ways of learning to code, and we believe that we created the best possible environment for you to land a job after successful graduation. Thanks, Lynn. Does the job market need more developers? Yes, 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 I can tell you for sure. It never ends. The demand for software developers is projected to grow by 22% by 2029. Personally, I think it's a conservative number. I see tech companies sprouting every hour and they need more and more talent. And imagine that the average projected growth rate across all other occupations is about 4%. So to us, we live it. It's evident every day. We get calls by HR managers asking for talent. We get requests from so many people and companies. It's unreal. The problem we have is that we don't have enough graduates. That's our problem. Anyway, yeah, thanks, Lynn.
So what equipment is necessary for the course? So first and most important thing is a stable internet connection and a computer, of course, preferably with 4 gigabytes of RAM as minimum, an Intel i5 processor or equivalent, a wide display, like minimum 15-inch, and if you can afford to have a second monitor, that would make your life easier as a developer, and an operating system. So all the computers now come with an operating system.
And what does it take to succeed in a course? It takes determination and desire. This is what we're looking for you during the pre-course. We're looking for the determination. Your background is not important. What is important is how hard you want to work and to succeed in SHA. Self-management also is a skill that it's good to have. You will develop it throughout the course because the workload is just so big that you need to find ways to manage all this learning and all the things you must be doing along the way. You must be really curious. Curiosity, I find it something very important for a programmer, because in programming, every day, essentially, you're solving big problems. Every day, you are facing a new problem. And if you are not curious to solve the problem, to figure out why technically this is not working, I think you might not be as successful as you would like in becoming a programmer. And then, of course, growth mindset. It always helps to have or acquire it along the way, as we have a course specifically for growth mindset, how to acquire growth mindset. So That's part of the learning as well.
Yeah. And also regarding curiosity in the IT field, like technologies are evolving every day, and you need to always be on page, like what are the trends in technology when a new technology is being asked for by hiring managers, like you need to go and try to learn about it, if not learn it by your own. And autonomous learning is not in this slide, but it's a must. You need to go to be autonomous, because this is something that hiring managers are looking for, because they will eventually invest in junior developers, but they will be more willing to invest when you are autonomous learning, when you don't drain their seniors while joining the team. So being autonomous is really a must.
Yeah, yes, I totally agree. And for me, I would like to invite you to find your why. Really take time to think about why you want to do this, because I can assure you it's very hard. You can do it, but it's not easy. Whenever you are challenged, which will happen from day one, probably already is going on. If you're going through the pre-course, you're definitely going to be challenged or feel like you cannot do it anymore. And that's why I invite you to figure out your why now, because you will need it when you will feel challenged, when you will feel that I'm not good enough, I'm not going to make it, or I'm not smart, or I'm dumb, or whatever story you choose to tell yourself. If you know your why, you are going to go through whatever that why is. It might be supporting your family. It might be making a lot of money. It might be whatever. Be cool around your friends. It doesn't matter. You need to find your why. It will help you so much right now. And what I invite you to do after this session, or maybe tomorrow, go to YouTube and search how to find my why. You'll find all the resources you need there. There is a specific process you can go through in order to find your why, understand it, and then write it down. And every day, because it's going to be pretty much every day, that you feel challenged, you need to read it. You need to remember, why is this important? Because it's very easy to quit. We have plenty of quitters, which is fair. It's okay. If you want to quit, quit. Programming is hard. That's why the tech industry requires so much talent, because it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody wants to make money. And if it was easy, then it wouldn't be as much money in the tech industry. That's why it's hard. Yes, thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.
So, what are the tuition options? You can pay upfront. We have 3 tiers based on the country you currently reside in. We have 3 tiers of payments. There is the first tier, as you can see. You can pay upfront with a 20% off, which is it always helps. Or if you are unemployed or underemployed, you can pay with, you can study now and pay later with our income share agreement deferred payment option. This means you study today, we sign a contract, you study today. When you graduate, after 3 months, you start paying back this amount that you see in the slide here, and you pay us back along the way once you have found a job based on the skills you acquired throughout the course. So if you go and become a teller, for example, in McDonald's, then you don't have to pay for the income share agreement. Although I could argue that the skills we provided are lifelong skills, both soft and hard, But anyway, that's where we draw the line. And we have scholarships available for refugees, asylum seekers, and people who reside in Greece outside of the three major cities, Athens, Thessaloniki, and Patra, and the scholarships are provided from Helidoni Foundation. You can see the countries, sorry, if you go, yes, you can see the countries. Here, it's essentially Western Europe, first payment option, Eastern Europe, kind of second tier, and all other countries on the third tier. Yeah. So that's it. Good luck on your journey. The cool thing about this journey is that you are never alone. Self-learning is great. There are many people who became programmers on their own. Yes, it's definitely possible, but we are certain, and we have 5 years of experience in teaching full stack web development, that doing it together is always better in a community-based learning, and with the support our technical team provides 7 days a week.
And I think we have some questions in the Q&A. The first one is Alfred. So he's saying, I don't currently live in Greece. I live and study, I guess, in North Cyprus. How does this affect me?
It doesn't, it's all good. Our program, everything is taught online. Your instructor lives in Palestine. Our team lives all over the Mediterranean. So yes, we love it, especially from North Cyprus. We would love to have you with us. So there is no, if you have good internet, and the computer, that's all you need.
Definitely. And Yorgos, I think, so is asking, is the pre-course starting on December 19th related to the Python pre-course that we were suggested to enroll? Yes, Yorgos, that's the pre-course. So it starts on December 19th as a class, let's say, for potential students. So you need to finish it before the 6th of January, and then like you will get the acceptance letter from the admission team. And as we said, like, if you didn't start, please go ahead and start. You don't have to wait until the 19th to start, and finish it as soon as possible. So in order for you to secure your seat.
Yes, and in SHA, we work on a first come, first served basis. So the people who finish the pre-course and then go through the interview first and they are the first that gets accepted. So the sooner you do it, the better for you, as you will have a position guaranteed. Something that we didn't mention, I think, Slim, was that the commitment we are looking for on a weekly basis is that of a part-time job. So we expect you for a minimum of 20 hours. That's the absolute minimum. So if you already have a full-time job, you need to consider that for the next 7 months, you are going to be challenged. You need, you will learn much faster time management for sure than other co-learners like you. So yeah, it's 20 hours minimum, absolute minimum. Then Rigi says, hi, Damien. Hi, Slim. Good evening. I would like to know how many students will be in this cohort. Are we going to be assigned to a fixed pair, or we might get to work with anybody in the class? So the cohort size really depends. The maximum is 40 students. So that's where we draw the line. That's why we mention first come, first served. And in pretty much every cohort, we have over 300 applications. So you need to go fast. Slim, would you like to take the second
Yes, definitely. So regarding the pair, it's not fixed. The pairs are generated randomly every month. So during the whole duration of the course, except for the project phase, you will work with 6 different pairs, and we will share the pairs list every month with you, and if you get to be acquainted with some other classmates and so on, there is also the possibility to study in groups. So that will be discussed during the course with the employability team. That's also something you can leverage. So, but you need definitely to work with your pair. And if on top of that you want to study in a group of students, you can also do that.
Neil, thank you for your suggestion for the chat. I didn't know, but I enabled the chat. I think it's a new feature from Zoom. I've never seen it before. So yes, now everyone can. Yes, yes, Neil, you already did that. Okay, so I don't know. It's a new feature for me at least. Thank you, Neil, for bringing it up. And then Alfred from North Cyprus says, please, can you repeat the study now, pay later agreement? Of course. We are very proud of offering this way of payment, to be honest, because our school is all about making education accessible and inclusive to all. And we understand that not everyone can afford to pay upfront, or they are not eligible for the scholarships. So, income share agreement, that's how we call it, income share agreement, study now, pay later. You must be unemployed to be eligible for this deferred payment scheme, or you must be underemployed. What does that mean? For example, you live in North Cyprus, and you can learn more about our income share agreement in that page, but I'll give you a brief overview. So let's say, okay, if you're unemployed, it's pretty straightforward. You are unemployed, you are eligible for an income share agreement. That's it. If you are underemployed, that means that you're working 10 hours per week or 15 hours. Like you work, but at the same time, you don't make enough money to sustain yourself wherever you live. So if you fall under these two categories, unemployed or underemployed, then you are eligible to participate in this. The caveat here is that you need to prove the status. So I'm not familiar with North Cyprus system, how that works, at least myself, but you must prove in a way from a government perspective that you are indeed unemployed or underemployed.
Then anonymous attendee. Hello guys, I am an asylum seeker in Germany. My question is if I can join the course. Yes, definitely. If you have the asylum seeker status, wherever you are, you can join our course. It's not only for people residing in Greece. The part where Damian said it's for people residing in rural, not in big cities. That's an addition to the being a refugee or an asylum seeker.
Yeah, we have both. But for you to actually join, is you have to finish the pre-course and you have to go through the interview and to get accepted by our admissions team. Unfortunately, Hanan, as we mentioned, our employability manager couldn't join us today. She could tell you more about the interview process. But for now, let's stick to finishing the pre-course. That's the first big milestone. And then, if the admissions team accepts you, you join and you don't have to pay anything. Evgenios asks, if I have a full-time job, can I apply for the second payment method or someone has to be unemployed? Yes, Evgenios, you have to be unemployed in order to apply with the income share agreement scheme. Our school, we are a non-profit school. That's why we have such low prices with so many services. We are not here to make a quick buck. That's not, we are here really to support people get access to the tech industry. And we do that very well. So Evgeny, I would suggest that you treat this as an opportunity for you. We sometimes see that people who have paid are more focused and motivated to graduate. So I think it's an advantage.
Then, Joan, thank you for this info session, very informative and well put together. Thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you all of you for being here with us. Then, Herman.
And we definitely agree with you, Juan. Yes, it is very well put together. Thanks to our marketing manager, Neil, who is answering the questions in the chat. So let's give a shout to Neil for creating this presentation, sending it over to us. We're just here to go ahead and do it. There's a lot of people that support us to do this. And thank you for your appreciation, Juan. We appreciate you back.
Then Herman, is scholarship valid only for refugees in Greece? No, it's valid for refugees all over the world. So if you are a refugee and living in Netherlands and you can prove your status, then you have the opportunity to get the scholarship. But then, as Damian said, you need to finish the pre-course, go through the admission process with the admission team, with the interview, and you have to be admitted.
Yes, not easy. So let's focus on the work. We'll figure out the rest. Nobody's left behind. Anyone who really wants to study in SHA, they do study in SHA. We need to see your motivation and determination. And we can observe that in Discord, how you participate, if you participate, how fast you finish the pre-course or not. Our eyes, it doesn't look like it, but we know what's going on in the pre-course. We look very well. We spend a lot of time into this to see who is motivated, because that's the hard part. It's going to be hard for everyone. For the motivated and less motivated, it's going to be hard. But the motivated, who understands his why, he's going to eventually graduate. Let me take it, Slim. Yeah, the job guarantee is related. Yorgos asks, the job guarantee is related to the preparation, soft and technical skills provided to all students by SHA. Is there a connection of SHA to various companies where students can be promoted? The answer is yes and no. So we have many companies, and you'll see it on the other Discord channel, not the one you are right now. The other, when you join the class, you will see that we get many companies that send us their job advertisements that we share with our students. So we have a vast network of tech companies that have hired our students so far, or they are willing to hire our students eventually. At the beginning of SHA, we are, as mentioned, we are over 5 years old as an organization. At the beginning, Yorgo, we believed that it would be best for us to bring the tech companies to our graduates. After a while, we realized that we should be doing the opposite. We should be preparing you to go to the tech company. There are some, unfortunately, bad apples, some other code schools who does offer even more direct connection to companies, but the companies are shitty. So they have they take money from the companies in order to recruit their students. And most of the time, those companies are not the companies we want our students to work at for many reasons. We can discuss about employee branding, many things. Maybe it's not the time now. What is important, Yorgo, as far as I'm concerned, and SHA, of course, is we are not here to give you the fees. We are here to teach you how to fish. And when we teach you how to hunt and how to get your first job, trust me, it's so much better than if we take you and place you to a job. because the skill set you will acquire through this process will stay with you forever. And that is what you should be looking for. And the good part, at least from my end, as I'm not technical, Slim is a technical person, between the two of us, that's where the good things happen after graduation. The support you receive, the weekly support, the guidance we give you, the follow-ups, the mock-up interviews we provide. It's really, you can use, and I invite you to use the resources we provide as much as possible. Stretch us. We need, it's our job to support you, get a job. It's in the contract. We sign a contract with you that says about the job guarantee. It's our job to support you. And we treat everyone the same. You pay on the first year, you receive a scholarship, it's all the same. You all receive the exact same service, which, if you're willing to work ultra duper hard, we are certain that you are eventually going to land your first job in tech. That's why we guarantee it. We've seen it over and over with hundreds of graduates who have been placed in tech companies.
I would like to add something, and thank you for bringing the job guarantee, Yorgo. So we provide you can see it on our website that we say that if you go through our course, we have the job guarantee. What does that mean? It means that if you do all the things that we ask you to do during the course, if you are committed, if you attend all the sessions, okay, maybe sometime you cannot attend, but you need to watch them. You deliver all the assignments on time. If you follow the process, like from A to Z, then that's itself is the job guarantee, because if you do that, then if you go to for hunting for a job, you will get a job within like 3 months after graduating. And I would like to give you an example that happened a couple of weeks ago with one of our graduates. And so he applied for a remote job, and he went through the hiring process through the HR interviews, then through the technical interview, then they gave him a technical assignment to do like during 2 days, and he made it to the finals, which means he didn't get the job, unfortunately, but here's an achievement here. Like the guy reached the final. He was one against another senior developer who has 3+ years of experience, and they were like the company chose the other guy just because of this like 3 years experience. So he made it. Imagine how many people apply for a job offer. So a fresh graduate who get to the final, he's still within the 3 months, so he will definitely get a job. And that's what we mean by job guarantee. So if you follow the process, like line by line, you will get there.
Yeah. And allow me to say something. I thought you would say something else, Lim, but it reminded me. So one of our graduates who got his first job, he started working, and then he changed. He wanted to change job, and he has a very tough technical assignment. So we're talking about a guy who graduated almost a year ago. He sent the technical assignment to Slim, and we had 2 people from our team supporting him. It was also fun for them. So they love technical. We love the hardship here in SHA. So the 2 teams, two of our technical team members were working on the technical assignment of our graduate. What you put in is what you take out. You invest in us. By investing in yourself, you are going to get the results you are seeking. I would like to add something about remote jobs. Of course, we are huge advocates of remote jobs. Our company is remote first. Our team is dispersed in 10 different countries. We understand remote work. At the same time, we understand looking at the job market, looking at where our graduates actually find jobs. Remote jobs have huge competition. A remote job is possible for a graduate of SHA. We've had plenty of students getting remote jobs, but in general, we propose to look for local jobs, wherever that is. You are in Greece, in UK, in Egypt, Jordan, wherever, doesn't matter. There are always local tech companies looking for talent with your skill set. Yes, Lynn. So remote jobs have huge competition, huge. You have everyone from all over the world applying for this one job. So the competition is fierce, which means you have less possibilities of actually getting in. So what we suggest, although it has happened and it will keep happening for our graduates to get remote jobs, is for you to not think of that right now. Think of graduation, think of working very hard to build your portfolio, and then get a local job. After 6 to 18 months, depending on how much you evolve in that job, then yes, we think you can compete for a remote job. And I understand a remote job is sexy. We all want it. We experience it in SHA. But I would like to suggest to you to not focus on that. Focus on your skill set. Focus on what I'd like to say. Put your foot in the door. Just put it, just slide it in the tech industry's door. Join the tech industry, work 6 to 18 months in a local company, learn, prefer a startup. In a startup, you're going to learn so much more than a big company, although we understand that big companies look sexy on the CV, but from a learning perspective, a startup is so much better because you'll be forced to learn more.
And Alfred is asking about how to get the Discord group link. So if you register to the Athena platform and if you enroll to the course, you should have received an email with the link to the Discord group. If not, I will share it here in the chat. Just give me 2 seconds.
While Slim is sharing this, I would like to mention about our career days. In the next year, in 2023, we're going to have 2 career days, one in April, and the second one, I think, around September or October. Career days is a great place for you to interact with HR managers, interact with senior developers that join the career days. We bring a lot of companies who are interested in employing our graduates. So we think it's a great opportunity for you to participate and to further develop your skills.
Thank you, Neil, for sharing the Discord link. And Idris, so hello everyone. I appreciate giving this chance. I have a problem with the time because I'm going to night school at the same time till 10:30. So depends on what you are studying and how much time this school is taking from you. Because as Damian said, to study with us, like you need to consider it as a part-time job. So if you cannot make it to the live session and you watch the recording and you make sure to submit your assignments on time during the week and so on, you can like apply for being a weekend hack.
Yeah, or since you study at night in the regular school, let's say, whatever school that is, you can study in the morning also. You don't have to be a weekend hacker. You can study in the morning if you have the flexibility to do that. So it really depends on you. Our team is here to support you. On the weekdays, our team is available over 12 hours. So pretty much there is always someone there to answer your questions. Slim is not sleeping very well at night, so he might answer to your questions at 2 or 3 o'clock at night for some reason. I don't know when Slim actually sleeps. He answers questions anytime. So it really depends on you. It really depends on you how much you want to study. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Slim, you want to take this one?
Yes, thank you, Damian. So again, thank you, Yorgos, for asking very pertinent questions. So the projects or the exercises, etc., that students will have to fulfill are going to be on a weekly basis. So this is the question. Yes, it's going to be on a weekly basis, but even more than that. Each week is split into sprints. So when you will have access to the course, you will see like week 1, you have Monday, let's say, to study this part of the course and submit this assignment. Then you have, let's say, Tuesday till Thursday to work on the second sprint, and you have a specific assignment for that sprint. Then Friday, another part of the course and another assignment. So the number of assignments per week is not fixed, so it depends on the week's content. So it's let's say sprint basis, on a sprint basis. So if you are a regular hacker, and this brings us back to the job guarantee, if you are asked to submit an exercise or an assignment by Monday, then you need to submit it by Monday. If not, then you are not fulfilling your part of the contract for the job guarantee. And that's not only that. Also, our team has a very tight schedule. So the allocated hours, let's say, per week for code review are fixed. So if you don't submit your assignment on time, you will miss that specific hours where the instructor will go through your code and give you the review. So you will miss it for that one. The next one, you will submit it on time, you will get the review for that assignment. And yeah, except for weekend hackers. So you are not asked to submit on a sprint base, since you are supposed to study during the weekend. So by Sunday midnight, you need to submit your the whole week assignments.
And talking about sprint-based learning, this is not something we invented. Yorgo, I see you raise your hand. I'm going to allow you to talk afterwards. You dropped your hand again. If anyone wants to talk, raise your hand and we can allow you in if you want to share your audio or video. It would be nice, although the Q&A also works as it's been working so far. Talking about sprint-based learning, this is one of the best representations of we took how the tech industry works and we brought it here. That's how tech companies work. When they develop a software product, they don't start today and finish when the product is finished in a year or 5 from now. They work in sprints. They break the development of the product in chunks, which they call them sprint. The sprint can be, it depends on the tech company. Sometimes it's tech companies work in 1 week sprints, some others in 2, some others have unique needs. They figure it out themselves. So this is something that we took from them because we want to get you into the mood. We want to show you and for you to develop your skills according to the real skills that are needed when you're going to get a job. These are the skills that you develop that gets you ready. It's not just the technical skills. Of course, they are very important, the technical skills. Without them, you can do nothing. But the soft skills is what makes the magic, is what actually gets you employed. That's the hard things. you cannot find by watching video tutorials, for example, on YouTube, or participating in Coursera or any other way of self-learning. If you have any other questions, now would be a good time to mention them. Wow, Neil is really killing it today with all this information. Thank you, Neil. The best way, if you have any questions that you might not think of them right now, always is the Discord server. Sorry, but you can also email any questions, especially about payments and the interview. You can direct them to our admissions team, which you can find at admissions@socialhacksacademy.org. Although we do suggest you use Discord. It's much faster. All our team is there, or at least the team related to the to the admissions are there. So you can always ask any question. And Yorgos asks, yes, Lynn, sorry.
So thank you, Yorgos. In case I have understood correctly, we will be notified during December if we are accepted to the course, and the course will start in January. So the last day to finish the pre-course for everyone is the 9th of January. So if you are accepted, you will be informed in the week between the 9th and the 16th of January, and the class starts on the 16th of January.
Yeah, you need to finish the pre-course. It's pre-course, interview, and then acceptance, or not. We tend not, the people who actually do this, we tend to accept them in our course. But you need to work hard. You need to invest time in yourself. It's not, it's not about us. You invest time for yourself, for your career, to develop a good career after graduation. Yorgo, thank you very much for all your questions. They are quite insightful. And I'm sure others have them also. That's one part I like the Q&A for. Slim, I think maybe call
short on questions.
Yeah, let's call it a night. Let's call it night. Thank you everyone who participated today. Alfred, Amin, Anastasia, Cecilia, Dimitar, Idris. Sorry if I'm always butchering names, so I'm sorry. Erman, Evgenios, Georgios, Michalitsis, Georgios Tasioulis, thank you very much for your active participation. Giorgos Tasioulis, Juan, Konstantina Karava, Loretta, Melich, Mustafa, Neil, a lovely marketing manager, Rigi, Talel, Thodoris, and Vasilios. Thank you all so very much. And I would like to thank my partner in crime, Slim, and the team, and our team who supported us in being here, answering to any questions. Last statement from Evgenios says, thanks for all those information. Have a great day, mostly night, depending on where you live. It's night where we are. It was a great presentation. We agree on that.
Thank you all, and thank you for being with us, and see you around on Discord. Bye.
Bye, everyone.